Hello, everybody. This is Samantha Irvin, and I'm going to get ready. So I'm hoping you'll get ready with me. I have a bunch of my normal go-to makeup products here that I basically always use. And we're just going to do a little step-by-step, answer some questions, and yeah, we'll wait for a few more people to get in here. And I'll start with my handy dandy foundation, because the less people that see me without foundation, the better. Sometimes I start with my eyeshadow, but today I will start with my foundation. So I usually, when I do my own makeup, I like it to look as natural as possible. I like it to look light and dewy. I don't really want like a full coverage of my skin necessarily, but on television it does look a little better when you have a more full coverage. So I do like to sit with the makeup team because they just know exactly how to get your skin going for TV. But sometimes I just do it myself. It depends on what I have going on in the day, because I do have to be out there for rehearsals. So, looking like we're getting some more people joining. I'm just getting ready here, doing some makeup, answering some questions. Gorge. And you know what? I just want to say, don't even be judging me on how I'm doing my makeup. First of all, I'm not a makeup artist, but I have done my makeup a lot because I come from the theater world and we don't have makeup artists there. I was in Cirque du Soleil for a while and they do have makeup artists there to teach you how to do your face, and then step by step by step by step by step. And it's like a 2-hour process you do your makeup. So I learned a lot of trial and error doing that. So I have a little foundation on. I'll probably even that out in a little bit, and then I'm gonna throw on some eyeshadow. So for me, this isn't even open, so we're not gonna do that because that's crazy. For me, some of my favorite products are, I like Fenty. I love my girl Rihanna. This foundation that I used is Dior, which is, like I said, very light, very like dewy kind of coverage, and that's like my favorite one. I like natural and simple and easy. That's my fave. So you'll see me use a lot of Fenty stuff here. And I kind of wanted to talk a little bit too about self-care, because I have people asking me what I like to do for myself to kind of wind down. We travel a lot, obviously, so that can be stressful. Even the easiest travel day can be a little stressful. So I love candles. I love to do little face masks and eye masks and things like that. I do have a 5-year-old at home, so I'm not gonna act like I'm able to do that all the time, but sometimes I'll have her do it with me. So we'll both sit there and do our nails and do girly stuff. She loves to have little girl days. And I didn't really grow up a girly girl necessarily. So this is all things that I've learned and started to appreciate as I got older. Those little girly type of things that make you feel beautiful. So I'm just gonna put a little gold. This was not even remotely the plan, but you guys don't want to watch me struggle opening up packaging. That's gonna take a good 8 to 9 minutes to get that open for me. So there were a couple other questions that people have been wondering about. I get asked a lot about my fiance Ricochet and how we met and how that all came about, and it's actually kind of funny because we met on Twitter. It was before I officially started my job at WWE. I actually wasn't even sure exactly what I'd be doing yet. I knew that I would be joining the announce team, but I wasn't sure if I'd be doing interviews or if I would be ring announcing or what. I just knew that I would be joining, and I was super excited. So I was just getting in the mix of things again. I grew up a fan. So I already followed Teddy Long. He was one of the first people to follow me. And I had some legends that had followed me back just being a fan and talking about it. And Ricochet was one of the superstars that I followed when I was sort of getting into the current happenings of the company. And he followed me right back. So not only did he follow me right back, he found me on Instagram and followed me on Instagram. So I said, did this man really just go and find my Instagram and follow me on Instagram? And he started liking my tweets, and like, it was all public, liking my tweets, saying good morning on my tweets and stuff. And I was like, I can't believe he's doing this, because he has fans. And then his fans were like looking at my stuff because he was, so I actually slid in his DMs and I said, thank you so much for, following me and being nice. And he was like, oh, I'm so happy that I made you happy, blah, 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 And we just have not stopped talking since then. So, and now we are here. He was in Florida, I was in Vegas, and we made a plan to meet up. He came out to see me, and we didn't really have anything like planned out for a date or anything. He just flew out, and I was like, do you want to drive to the Grand Canyon? And he said, yeah, I do. So we drove to the Grand Canyon, and that was our first date. So before we met in person, we talked on the phone all the time, hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And we were just amazed by how similar we are. We're both mixed race. We are the same age. We graduated the same age. We both traveled overseas, left home around the same time, pursuing I was doing music and singing, and obviously he's Ricochet. So we were just blown away. And to this day, we're still blown away by how similar we are and how well we, go together. I have a daughter, he has a son. So just, yeah, all good. Some of these other questions that I have. How does it feel to travel and work with your fiance? I love it, especially like a day like yesterday. We were so delayed, and it's nice to just have somebody with you, so you're not alone, obviously. So that's good. He's a little bit more grumpy than I am. I'm a little more like, oh, it's okay, and he's a little more like, what the? So we are different in that way, but it's good. We balance each other out very well. And, I really hope there's no makeup artists up in this live, okay? Let me just say that. But I promise you, it looks busted, but when I'm done, it's only going to look a little bit busted, okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, what was going through your mind at SummerSlam when you announced Logan Paul as the winner of the match against Ricochet? Oh, this is honestly, I get, obviously people ask this a lot. People come to their own conclusions about how I must have been feeling. People have asked me, why did I even say it? Why did I even announce him as the winner? Why don't I refuse? But Ricochet and I have talked about this from the beginning. My job when I'm sitting out there is to be the ring announcer. Yes, he's my fiance. Yes, I love him and I want to see him win and I want to see him succeed and I want all of his dreams to come true. But I am the ring announcer. In that moment, I was the ring announcer. I was not Ricochet's fiance or just someone that even Logan has called out. He's not the first superstar to kind of call me out or whatever. That's not the point. It's not about my opinion. It's not about any of that. It's about doing the job. And I don't want to get in trouble, but Logan's not the first person that I've seen cheat, and I've had to announce them as the winner. So it just would be completely unprofessional for me to do anything other than what the job requires. The referee made his decision, and it is my job to convey that decision to the audience. So, I'm really looking at this, and it's not looking good. But don't worry, like I said, it's gonna look better. So hopefully that makes sense. And I know that it probably, for some people, they think, I wouldn't have been able to do it. And Logan Paul, I mean, I kind of knew I would be lucky if he didn't mess with me in that situation. I'm surprised that he waited as long as he did to even mention me, honestly, because you see how he operates. But regardless, it was an incredible match, and I think that in order for somebody to use brass knuckles, they probably wouldn't have won. So that's all that. That's the fan in me speaking. Do I have any pre-PLE rituals? So before a premium live event, my rituals really are Mike Rome and I like to speak in a British accent. That's one of our rituals that we like to do. If you follow me on Instagram or you watch my stories, then you know, and you can even go back because I've even made a little highlight of it, of just our time prior to shows, ringside, speaking to each other like he's my bruv and he likes me and I like him. We work well together. He's my mate. He literally taught me so much, and like, I love that guy. I really, 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 really do. So that's one of them. I try to warm up as much as I possibly can, but it's not always easy to warm up. It's crazy because this feels the same as all my other jobs in a sense that we're all part of a group that is putting on an event. And usually you hear everybody backstage like, like everybody's doing their thing. But here it's just me. So I try not to annoy everybody that has bigger fish to fry on a premium live event day. I'm gonna fill in my eyebrows really quick. I'm not really doing a good job of explaining what I'm doing, but it's low-key because I'm making it up as I go. So we're just gonna fill in my brows real quick. And today I really am just gonna do like a basic little thing. It's mostly so that I can chat with you all and let you know what's up. I don't think I've ever gone live on my own Instagram or TikTok because I got anxiety and because I don't want y'all judging me like that, honestly. But I know you guys are cool. This group, this specific group, I know y'all are cool, so I feel good about it. So let's see. Discuss your journey to becoming a WWE ring announcer. This one is great. This is great because it's like the best, most awesome story because I'm a fan. First and foremost, I was born a fan. I watched wrestling probably before anything else. My dad is like one of those old school dads that they'd be making fun of on TikTok. That's like, I remember when holding the champ to a 2 count used to mean something. Like, that's like what my dad's all about. So I just grew up on it. I've always tweeted and talked about it. I'm a very nostalgic sort of fan. So even when I was traveling overseas and I couldn't really watch, I was still talking about HBK and, my favorite wrestlers and my favorite matches and my favorite everything. And one day out of the blue during the pandemic, Mark Henry followed me on Twitter and he asked me if I was interested in wrestling. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. I've never wrestled, but you already know. Like, if we hear, then you know. If Mark Henry's hitting you up talking about you want to be a wrestler, it don't matter. You about to say yes, and you know that. If you for real, then you know that. So I was like, what do I have to do? I'll do whatever I could do to contribute. And he said, well, if you'd like to be like a broadcaster, an announcer, or something like that, I can't really do anything about that, but I can get you a tryout. You just have to go and do the tryout, like get in the ring and do it. And I was like, okay, man, I'm gonna do it. So that's what I did. I went, I hope and pray they never release the footage because it is embarrassing, but I finished it. It was so difficult, but I finished it. So I'm proud of myself for that. And then when it was all said and done, they said, wow, that was bad. Whew! But you are passionate and you sing and you do all that. I cut some promos and I did all this stuff. They didn't really say it was bad. I'm reading between the lines. They actually said we don't think the athletic part's going to work out, which means you were whack. So they said, let's put you in touch with Michael Cole. And that was it. Got the ball rolling. And I moved to Florida and I started at the PC. And yeah, and now I'm here. And the journey has been, it's been probably everything that you'd imagine that it would be. It's been challenging. It's been rewarding. I'm very grateful for it. Luckily, I met certain people along the way that helped me morph my sound and my approach into what it is. When I was at the PC and I'm working with the new talent that was coming in, a lot of those characters hadn't been on television yet, so we were able to like bounce ideas off of each other, and it was a really fun, creative time. And probably the first thing that made me say I'm gonna go hard with like individual announcements was when I filled in on NXT and Tony D'Angelo had a match, and I said, you know, I'm next, Tony D'Angelo, you know, and everybody was like, Tony D'Angelo, and I was like, yeah. So from there, I got a little bit addicted to that feeling. I then went to SmackDown, and I'm sitting right next to Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. So the energy was just, you know, off the chain. Like, that's just amazing energy and you're just matching the people that you're working with. So had I not come to SmackDown and been right next to Pat McAfee, who knows? Because he was hyping me, you know, the bloodline and everything. He's like, yeah, give me more. So that's basically how that happened. A lot of my ideas, they come from just watching the superstar and getting to know the superstar, the vibe, also the theme music. I'm a big fan of theme music. I've always listened to it in my headphones and everything. So you hear a song, you want to make sure that the announcement fits the song. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you hit it when the beat drops like that, so it's a good mood, a good vibe. Or if someone makes you happy, maybe you're smiling. And then they can tell. Like, I usually say Ricochet with a smile on my face because he makes me happy, and I look around and I see the kids and they're happy. So yeah, that's kind of that. And then Michael Cole, I always give credit to Michael Cole because he sat me down and he said, you know, you grew up on this, you know what we do here. But if you have an idea or if you want to try something, please do it. Step out of the box and do it. And I did. So thank you to Michael Cole for making me feel comfortable to do that. So I'm actually using, I'll tell you guys about this. I'm using a liquid palette here from MAC. And I actually bought it because I thought it was like a lip thing. And I went to the front and I was like, oh, like I'm looking for a lip brush for this. And he was like, this isn't a lip. He's like, you can use it as a lip, I'm sure, but it's not a lip. And I said, okay. I used it as a lip a little bit, but then I said, let me try, because I never really did I always do powder and I like it. It's very, very nice. And what I like is like right now, like I obviously put on too much, but like that doesn't even matter because I'm just gonna like blend it, and then like I'll take my beauty blender and I'll blend it. Blending is your friend, if you don't know. And also, this isn't my best performance ever because I'm talking. So you guys see I'm very defensive. It's because I have a lot of siblings. Who is your favorite superstar to introduce, or superstars to introduce? I love the Bloodline. I'm on Raw now, and the Bloodline is fractured at the moment. But when I was on SmackDown and everybody was together and Sammy was with them, I honestly, that for me was like my high note. That I had so much fun trying to make everybody's vibe fit with the music, from Solo to Paul Heyman to Sami Zayn, you know, and just giving it like the levels and doing my part to kind of build up the anticipation. I think that I can't even imagine anything really like topping the way that felt. That was really, really something at that time. And then announcing Roman at WrestleMania, I mean, I almost passed out. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know if anybody was able to see, but when Roman Reigns, and then really I went, whew. And I was like, okay, I just gave everything I had to that announcement. So that story, that his whole reign thus far, it has been very inspiring to me. But some of my others that I enjoy, that's hard because I really like everybody. I really do. I really do like announcing everybody. I like Apollo Crews. That's one that I love. It's very sing-songy. I'm still trying to find my thing with the Judgment Day. I love announcing them. I'm still trying to find it. I think because now they've attained so much gold and everybody has something now. So when I started to get my thing, then it's like, okay, now Dom's, NXT North American champion. Now Damian is Mr. Money in the Bank. So obviously that changes your approach. Yeah, I like them. I'm not good at that. I really do put the same kind of effort, I think, into everybody's. What they do in the ring is the most important thing. Do I have any advice for anyone trying to pursue a career as a wrestling ring announcer? That's a kind of, my journey here was so random that I don't even know what I could. You know what I think? I think keep watching, keep learning, keep figuring out what it is that makes you happy as a fan, because a lot of what I do is just what I kind of wished I could have done, or if I was there, I would do this. And now luckily I'm here, so I can do that. So get in tune with the things that make you laugh, the things that make you cry, the things that make you excited, and know those things. Build up your voice. Like I said, my journey, Lillian Garcia's journey, our journeys, we're singers. So we had a different kind of journey, and then some other announcers are actually announcers, broadcasters, So I would say strengthen your voice, figure out what you can, contribute. There's so many different approaches and so many different styles. So find what you like and what sounds good for your voice, and stay positive and stay professional, and don't be a fool out here talking smack on people's Instagrams and leaving hateful comments that are going to follow you when you're older, you young kids out there. Because if you really want to get somewhere, you got to think about that. You got to think about the future. So you have to think about how you're representing yourself right now. It's very important. So that's kind of what I would say. My favorite part of being a WWE ring announcer. My favorite part is having the best seat in the house, and every night getting to watch the incredible superstars do what only WWE superstars do. That's my favorite part. I say all the time, I have the best seat in the house, and I enjoy what we're all consuming. I love being out there with fans. I'm sitting right among the fans. So that is the best part of it. Just being out there and experiencing it. Now that I've contributed something to it, it's a dream come true. I don't even know how else to explain it. My room was covered in posters. My life, morning, noon, and night, was like revolving around WWE for a very, very, very long time. When I was young, it was like all I cared about. So now to have the WWE Universe, you guys supporting me, and you're happy with the things that I'm doing, and I'm a part of this, it's an absolute dream come true. So that kind of ties in to how could you get here? How could you be a ring announcer? And it happened so randomly for me, but just never let go of the dream and the possibility. And even though it sounds crazy, right? One day I'm going to grow up and I'm going to be in the WWE. Everyone around you is going to be like, well, maybe not everyone. You have your supportive people. But a lot of people might be like, no, you won't. That's crazy. Maybe you should set some realistic standards. And then you can be like, well, Samantha Irvin did it and everybody told her she wouldn't go. So, and tell them I said that too. Aunt Louise, you always so negative, Aunt Louise. Stop. All right. Now I'm really going to focus on what needs to be done next. So I feel like what I really want to do right now is unbraid my hair because I'm starting to look a little not cute. So you gotta get your hair popping, and then it'll be like, oh, okay, it looks better now that my hair is down. And that's also what adding a lash can do too, you know, because obviously this is not professional at all. But I'm about to put some eyelashes on. It is about to look good. Watch, trust me. So I kind of just put some, I have very curly hair, obviously. So for all the curly heads out there, all I do is put some cream in my hair after I condition it and comb it through. That's literally all I do. I put some cream in, and then I just don't mess with it. Don't touch it. When I was a kid, I would always be trying to touch it and fix it, and oh my gosh, and the next thing you know, you got a big afro going, and you messed up all your curls. Nothing wrong with an afro, but if you're trying to keep your curls popping, just let them go. Let them live. You know, so we'll see. We'll see what this ends up being like. But that'll give me an idea. All right, so let's see. I just have a little list of some of the questions here that are frequently asked questions. I kind of hit a lot of those. What do superstars think of your announcements? Okay, so this is something that I was definitely worried about. You always want to make sure that you're doing justice to the superstar, obviously. So, you know, you don't want to try something and then it like offends them. Like the first time I did Chelsea Green, you know, I didn't ask her or anything. She came out and I was like, Chelsea Green. Luckily, she liked it and she was like, hey, you know, I just need you to like do some yoga and I need you to like, you know, do a couple other personal things like lighting the candles, and there's all this other lifestyle stuff that she told me to do that would really fine tune the announcement. But she liked it, and so far I've had a lot of amazing feedback from the superstars. They appreciate the inflections that I give, and they think that it helps their entrance, and I only want to add to what's already going on. It's not really about the announcement, it's about them. So I'm glad that I found some nice little partnerships there, and sometimes I do run the announcement by. I'll say, do you like this or do you like that? You know, and obviously now Chelsea's with Piper, so that changes that announcement. So I did talk to Piper and she said, why don't you roll your R's? And I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. So Piper, and that's pretty cool. So she's actually the first one to give me like a specific request. But otherwise, you know, occasionally I'll run into Drew McIntyre. He likes when I, you know, put a little seasoning on it. So he'll be like, hey, give me a little something. I got you. Solo Sikoa is another one that I went up to him and I said, hey, do you like this or do you like that? Because when he was on NXT, I did it a little bit differently. And I said, what do you think of this? And I did it. And he went, and I went, okay, I think he likes it. So I think the superstars are, so far, except for Logan, LA Knight tried to give me some, some pushback a few months back, but I think I got his down. I don't think he's mad at me anymore. I think, okay, so I covered hair care products. Like I said, I don't really use that much. I use like a Cantu cream, and I just put it in, and that's really it. And this is like a little bit damp, like it'll start to kind of grow and it'll be a little bigger at the end of the night. But I obviously am not focused enough or talented enough to put my lashes on in front of you guys, and I don't want to embarrass myself. So I'm just gonna put on some mascara, and then we just gonna have to call it a day for now. I mean, this will get me through. This will get me through most of the day. I might walk by the makeup girls and they'll be like, sit down, we're gonna fix that. So, and that's okay. That's perfectly okay. Warm-ups, my journey, my favorite superstars, my favorite part of being an announcer, my announcing style, the superstars, advice. I really hit a lot of these, so that means that I'm gonna just say some things that I want to say, which is that my favorite wrestler, I get asked this all the time, and I know I'm never gonna stop answering this, but my favorite wrestler, 80s, early 90s, when I was born, And when he became the Intercontinental Champion, and then when he had his Royal Rumble, his back-to-back Royal Rumble wins, that was when I really was like, you know what? My dad is a fan, and I watch this with my dad, and I love it. I love it. But now I'm a fan, and whether or not my dad's watching it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. This is my own thing. And that's what Shawn Michaels did for me. And I know for a lot of young fans, sometimes it just takes that one superstar to get you invested, and then you just want to follow their journey. And he was that for me. I absolutely loved everything. I was fully invested in the boyhood dream. Don't be messing with Jose Lothario. Don't go there. And if there's any young fans, I know I keep talking to the young fans, but if there are any young fans out there that don't know about Shawn Michaels that much and you want to go back, the 1996 Royal Rumble that is like my favorite Royal Rumble. And he won 95 and 96 back to back. He entered at number 1 in 1995. So watch those two. And then you can literally just from there just follow his journey in 1996, which is my favorite year. So that's a little inside scoop, but I'm Federation years, Attitude Era. So Stone Cold, The Rock, Mankind, obviously those are all my favorites. Mick Foley, and then I'm a big Mr. Perfect, Macho Man. Those are also some of my favorites. And now that I'm older, I realize that the wrestlers that I hated, that I actually loved them because they were at the center of like my favorite memories when I was younger. But man, Psycho Sid, couldn't stand that dude. Even back in the day, I used to get so mad at Bret Hart because he was always fighting with Shawn Michaels. I'm like, leave Shawn Michaels alone, you know? But now, if you ask me my favorite matches, I'm giving you like a Bret Hart match like every time. Like Bret and Owen, Bret and Stone Cold, Bret and Shawn. So now I know I am a big Bret Hart fan. And I was lucky enough to announce him at Clash at the Castle, where we recognized him and Davey Boy Smith for their match that they had overseas. So yeah, that's basically it. I mean, I feel like I hit a lot of the talking points. And see, I told you, I don't even look that bad right now. It was questionable, wasn't it? You were scared. You said, what is she doing? But now, like, it's okay. The lighting's not great in here. Maybe when I walk out there, people are gonna be like, ah! But right now, for me, I feel like it looks fine. What do you guys think? Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your questions. And this was actually fun. Maybe I'll go live more. So if you have any questions or if you want me to go live, be like, go live, go live. Or like put like a cheeseburger emoji or something in there so I know. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you soon. Bye.